Thanks for joining us on the road to the 100th episode. We are grateful to have you all on this journey with us. We thought it would be fun to highlight some of the best retro tech answers we have gotten so far. We hope they put a smile on your face like they did us and our podcast guests. Don't forget to come back Wednesday for episode 100 of the Cyber Pro podcast. Stay awesome. Fun question. What is your favorite piece of retro technology that just makes you smile?
Sony Walkman.
Interesting. Why is that? What's your first CD that you ever listened to in the Walkman?
Well, it wasn't a CD, but the Sony Walkman actually was a tape player.
That's right.
Literally,
That's
it was a
right.
tape player. And one of the first albums I had was Run DMC, King of Rock.
That's amazing. So amazing. Have you ever gone into your basement and looked for some of those old cassette tapes?
No, actually, I have to go into the attic of my mom's house because she acquired those and kept those.
Too funny. I actually have a random quick side story. I found all of my old cassette tapes when I was cleaning out my mom's place and sold them all online, and they had value. Somebody wanted them for the music. So random thought, you should grab them from your parents' attic.
Oh, absolutely. I also give you another clue too. Another hint if you want to get something: records. People love records. They love the authenticity, and they love to hear the pop in the headphones. So if you can find old records, definitely get them because they have value.
It actually makes me laugh is a telephone because I grew up in India, and India is so funny. So when I was growing up in the 80s in India, we had telephone system controlled by the government. And it had such a long waiting time that nobody wanted to own a telephone. And in the 90s, I remember there used to be some booths that was long queues to actually use the telephone. And then we leapfrogged it. Everyone, even the vendors on the streets, everybody has a mobile phone in India. So I just laugh and smile at the fact that we went from not owning any telephones to completely mobile first as a country itself. So it's very interesting to me because I grew up with no telephones, or I had one when my dad was working, and when I went to study, I didn't have one. So it just brings a smile to my face.
Oh, the funniest thing by far is back in the old days. So I started doing Linux in 1996 when it was Red Hat 4.2. But the thing that absolutely cracks me up is the people that are doing multiple floppy disks. So the smaller 3.5 floppy disk installs of an operating system where you've got like 25 different floppy disks and you're trying to insert them all in order. So they're all labeled and it's magnetic media. So at some point, you've got 25 disks and you get up to disk 24 and it doesn't work. And so you have to go rewrite that one and start the entire process from scratch. That always makes me laugh.
With a smooth bore flintlock, then 50 cal Hawkins.
There you go. I have told people that it doesn't have to be digital, and you're the first person that went with a non-digital technology. Why is that? Why does that make you smile?
Well, I used to be a weapons guy in special forces, right?
Oh, that's priceless.
What is your favorite piece of retro technology that makes you smile?
Oh man, it's probably a few, but I got to go with Super Nintendo, man. I mean, all the way. It's Super Mario World is probably one of the greatest games of all time, and if you don't agree with me, we're gonna have to fight because it's just. I look back on that and think, I spent, not wasted, spent so much time playing that game over and over and over again with my brother. And that's the reason that I still have a Super Nintendo is for that game.
So the one thing I think about is my first computer that's still in my mom's house, and it's in perfect working order, which is a Texas Instruments TI-99-4A. Still with all of its cartridges, the joystick, and the cassette tape storage system. I think I still have some programs on tapes there that I can bring back from way back when.
So I was at the Game Expo in Spain about a year and a half ago, and we sat down in front of those PacMan arcade glass tables. Remember the old school ones? And we literally sat there playing Pac-Man and Donkey Kong for like an hour and a half. Like those things, they bring back great memories, and like, yeah, they're just so much fun.
Question number 5. What's your favorite piece of retro technology that just makes you smile?
Pinball.
Pinball.
Pinball is so easy. I'm fortunate. I'm in Bellingham, Washington. We have a pinball bar here. And with the pandemic starting to cycle down, it's actually reopening, which I'm looking forward to, because pinball is one of those games that I've played video game versions of it. Heck, I've played pinball in VR. There is something tactile about that just makes me grin every time.
Nice. Do you have a favorite pinball game?
I do, actually. Haunted House from 1984. It was a 4-level pinball machine. Played it last time at the Pinball Museum in Las Vegas, which is the best quarter I've ever spent in Las Vegas.
Oh, that's amazing. Kane, you did it.
Retro technology, you say. I love it, Rick. I'll have to say the flip phone. Remember the flip phone, right? You know,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, I don't use one myself anymore, but I still have I wish I thought my old Motorola Razor. I mean, that thing, it was way ahead of its time. Okay, you could hack it and stuff. You know, I also have my old ruggedized Samsung Convoy. That thing was virtually indestructible, man. You know, I mean, you know, of course they're not compatible with my current carrier right now, unfortunately. But hey, you know what? If Captain James T. Kirk could use one of those on Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty, you know, right? Well, sort of. And if Leroy Gibbs can still use one on NCIS, okay, you know, there's hope. There's hope. All right. You know, and you know what? The Motorola Razr is actually trying to make a comeback as a smartphone, right? With a flexible screen, you know, so you can still flip it open and use it, right? But, you know, I think I'll wait until flexible, bendable touchscreen technology matures just a little bit more before I start shelling out that kind of money. Okay.